Hello friends, in this video let us go ahead with data interpretation. In that one we will be starting off with tabular data analysis. This is chapter number 36 in New R.S. Agarwal book. It is divided into 3 exercises. I am starting off with exercise 1. Right, go ahead with the first set. Study the given table carefully and answer the questions that follow. Number of candidates appeared and qualified for a test in hundreds. The units are very much important. In hundreds means whatever is the data that is mentioned over here is in hundreds, which means this is 3.2 hundreds. 3.2 hundreds means 320. Keep that in mind, right? In 6 different years from 5 different zones. So years mentioned are from 2005 to 2010. Zones are from P to T. Let us go ahead with the question. In which year was in zone S the difference between the appeared candidates and qualified candidates the second lowest? So in which year the difference is the second lowest, they are saying. So let me write for all the years just for your clarity. 2005, 2006, 2007, 2008, 2009 and 2010. These are the years that are mentioned. In the year 2005, what is the difference? Let us see. In zone S, the difference between appeared and qualified in the year 2005 is 420 and 240. So 420 minus 240, which is equal to 180. In the year 2006, 740 minus 330. So 740 minus 330. 740 minus 330. Difference is how much? 410. Next, 2007. 830 minus 560. 830 minus 560. 830 minus 560 will give you how much? 270. Next, 2008. 930 minus 640. 930 minus 640. 930 minus 640 should give you how much? 290. Right. Next, 2009. 1140 minus 520. 1140 minus 520. So 1140 minus 520 will give you how much? 620. 2010. 1420 minus 1140. 1420 minus 1140. So 1420 minus 1140 will give you how much? 280. Now the question is the second lowest. Which is the lowest over here? Observe that first. The lowest over here is 180. Lowest is 180. Second lowest is 270. Hence your answer is in which year that is happening? In the year 2007. In the year 2007. Hence your answer has to be what? Option B. Right. Next, let's go ahead with second. The number of candidates who qualified the test from zone R in the year 2010 was approximately what percentage of the number of candidates who appeared from zone Q in the year 2008. So qualified from R in the year 2010. Qualified from R in the year 2010. So qualified from R in the year 2010 is what percentage of the appeared from Q in 2008. Okay. Let us see the values. Qualified from R in the year 2010. Qualified from R R in the year 2010, qualified from R in the year 2010 is what percentage of the appeared people, appeared candidates from Q in the year 2008. So in the year 2008 appeared from Q is 5.4. So that 7.4 is what percent of 5.4? So 7.4 is what percent of 5.4? 7.4 is the number of candidates who have qualified from zone R. So as I already told you, we will be taking directly in hundreds. 7.4 means 740. 740 is the number of candidates who have qualified in the test from zone R in the year 2010. And the number of candidates who have appeared from zone Q in the year 2008 are 540 into 100. This is what I am looking for. Now, as I already told you in DI calculation basics, when we go for calculating, never go for cancellation here. Try to handle it directly without going for cancellation as such. Now, going ahead with 540 plus what will give you 740? 540 plus what will give you 740? We have to add 200. 200 means how much percent I should add? Which means this value is more than 100% of this. So 100% of 540, 100% of 540 will be how much? 540 only. How much more I should go for? 200 more. 200 more. 200 more means I have to go for how much percent? Again check. Can I go for 10%? 10% of 540 is what? 54. 10% I can go for. 20% also I can go for. Just for your clarity I am writing. 20% also I can go for. 30% will be 3 times now. 30% is 162. Still there is a scope. 40% will be how much? 40% will be how much? 40% will be 4 times of that, which is nothing but 216. 216. Which means after 100%, I can go for 30%, which is 162. I cannot go for 40%, which is 216. So I can go for 30%, I cannot go for 40%, means my answer has to be between 130%, 130% to 140%. Again you check. So whatever you need to go for is 200 now. That 200 is more nearer to 30% or 40%. That 200 is more nearer to 40%. That is more nearer to 40% means your answer will be more nearer to 140%, which means your answer has to be more than 135%. More than 135% and less than 140%. We have only one option, that is option E. Hence your answer has to be option E. Next, please make a note of that. Next, go to question number 3. What was the average number of candidates appeared from zone T over all the years put together? So from zone T, what is the average number of candidates appeared? Average number of candidates appeared. So average number of candidates appeared is nothing but total number of candidates appeared from T. Total number of candidates appeared from T from all the years. So total number of candidates appeared from T divided by number of years. Number of years will give you the average number of people appeared from T. Total number of candidates appeared from T is what? Let us count. So number of candidates appeared from T totally is how much? check out dear. 620 620 1240, 1240 640, 1240 640 will give you 1880, 1880 plus 80 1960, 1960 plus 700, 1960 plus 700 2660, 2660 plus 990 3650, 3650 plus 80, 3650 plus 80 will give you 3730, 3730 plus 1100, 3730 plus 1100, so that will give you 4830, 4830 and the number of years are 6. So 4830 divided by number of years are 6. That will give you how much? 6 80s 480, 6 5s are 30. Hence it should be how much? 805. Hence your answer is option D. Right? Please make a note of it. Next, question number 4. What was the ratio of the number of candidates appeared from zone P in the year 2005 to the number of candidates qualified from zone S in the year 2007? So ratio of the number of candidates appeared from P in the year 2005, appeared from P in 2005. Next, qualified from S in 2007. Okay, let's have a look at appeared from P in 2005, appeared from P in 2005 is this, qualified from S in 2007. So qualified from S in 2007. So what is the ratio? So 3.2 is to 5.6 na? So 320 is to 560. Go ahead. 320 is to 560, 320 is to 560. That's what we want. As none of these is there, we preferably go for cancellation over here. Now going ahead with, so with which number you can cancel both? With 8 you can cancel both, na? With 8, 8 4s are 8 7s, 8 4s are 8 7s. Hence your answer has to be option A, option A. Is that clear? Please make a note of it. Last question in this set. From which zone was the total number of candidates who qualified the test the second highest in the year 2009 and 2010? So that means for which zone 2009 and 10 together qualified in the test is the second highest. So go for 2009 and 10 qualified for all the zones. Now going ahead with 2009 and 10 for all the zones qualified, I wish to count. Right, zone P, that is giving you how much dear? 4.8 plus 5.6. So 480 plus 560, that will give you how much? 480 plus 560 will give me 1040. Next, from Q, 520 plus 640 will give you how much? 1160. Next, 680 plus 740, that will give you 1420. Next, 520 plus 1140 will give you 1660. Next, 690 plus 940, 690 plus 940 will give you how much dear? 1630. Right? Now what do we need? The second highest, he said, second highest. Which is second highest here? Which is highest here? 1660. Which is second highest? 1630. So for which zone that is happening? Zone T. Hence your answer is zone T. Hence your answer has to be what? Option E. Option E. Next, let us go ahead with second set, problem number 6 to 10. Study the following table carefully and answer the questions that follow. Semester fee in thousands, in rupees thousands. So whatever is given over here in the table is representing the value in thousands for 5 different courses in 6 different years. Right. So 2005 to 2010 are the years they have mentioned. The courses they have given are BTech, MSc, B.Ed, MPhil and Diploma. Right? Chalo. What was the approximate percent increase in the semester fee of B.Ed course in the year 2007 as compared to the previous year? Okay. So B.Ed course. As compared to the previous year, what is the increase in the course fee they are saying? So course fee in the year 2006 was 11,600. In the year 2007, it has become 13,900. What is the approximate percentage increase? Okay. So in the year 2006, it was 11,600. 11,600. In the year 2007, it has become 13,900. There is an increment of from here to here. There is an increment of how much here? 2,300 on an initial value of 11,600 into 100 into 100. This is what percent of this? Approximately what percent? Try to understand that. So 10% of this will be 1160. 20% will be double, that is 2,320. So this is approximately 20% of this. I can directly say that, right? So 10% will be 1160, 20% will be 2,320. Hence your answer is approximately 20%. But some people may be having a doubt here, sir, it is not exactly 20%, no? It is less than 20%, right? This is 2,300 only, 20% we are getting is 2,320. So let us check, because there is an option which is less than 20%, that is 16%. I accept that. Let me show that also. Going ahead with how much I need to remove to reach my target, to reach the 2,300, I need to remove how much? 20. How much percent I can remove? Can I remove 1%? 1% of 11,600 will be 116. I can't even remove 1%. Because what I need to remove is 20. The 20 is not even 1%. That means I can't even remove 1% from this, means I can't even touch 19%. That means my answer has to be more than 19%, less than 20%. Hence approximately it should be what? 20% only. You cannot take it as 16%. Hence your answer has to be what? 20% only. For you to understand this better, I have already done 7 videos related to data interpretation basics, which are just calculation techniques. Ensure that you are watching those videos before starting off these videos, right? Because we have exclusively explained the calculation techniques over there, right dear? Chalo, let's move on to next problem. Problem number 7. What was the average semester fee charged for MSc course over all the years put together? So approximate average I want. So average semester fee I want. To know the average semester fee, I need to find the total fee that is being charged for all the years together, divided by the number of years will give me the average. So going ahead, so which course they are asking for? MSc. Okay, for MSc, what is the total fee? You just add it here. So when it is in decimals, without decimal you add, finally you can put the decimal. So the advantage over here is every time the decimal is there after only one place. So that's why you just discard that. Add without decimals, finally you put decimal after one place from right. Chalo, going ahead with the addition here. 58 plus 64 will give you how much? 122. 122 plus 102 will give you how much? 224. 224 plus 146. 224 plus 146 will give me 370. 370 plus 177. 370 plus 177 will give you 547. 547 plus 209 will give you 547 plus 209 will give you 756. 756 I am putting. And the decimal should be there after one place, put it here. So the total semester fee charged for all the 6 years put together is 75.6 thousand. So total semester fee charged for all the years put together is 75,600 for MSc divided by, because 75.6 that is in thousands, no? That's why 75.6 thousands means 75,600 divided by number of years are how much? 6. And dividing this one, this will give you how much? 6, 12 is a 72, 3 is there 6, 6 is a 36, 0, 0. Hence it has to be how much? 12,600. 12,600 rupees. Hence your answer has to be what? Option B. Right dear. Next, problem number 8. What was the difference between the total semester fee charged for diploma course over the years together and the fee charged for BTech course in the year 2009? So what is the total fee charged for diploma for the entire period and BTech in the year 2009? For BTech in the year 2009, the fee charged is 35,800. For diploma put together, for all the semesters put together, what is the fee charged? You just find it out. Let us go for addition without decimal as I already suggested. Going ahead with 18 plus 32 will give me 50. 50 plus 48, 98. 98 plus 56 will give me how much? 154. 154 plus 125. 154 plus 125 will give you how much? 280. Sorry, 154 plus 125 will give you how much? 279. 279. 279 plus 149. So 279 plus 149 will give you 428. 428 means 42.8 I can write it as, because I have to put the decimal after one place. So 42.8, which is nothing but 42,800 is the total fee charged for diploma for all the semesters, all the years put together. Whereas semester fee for BTech for the year 2009 alone, it is 35,800. What is the difference between those two, he is asking. So what is the difference dear? 42,800, 42,800 minus 35,800. Hence the difference will be equal to how much? 7,000. 7,000. Hence your answer has to be what? Option D. Option D. Right dear. Next, problem number 9. The semester fee charged for MPhil course in the year 2008 was approximately what percentage of the semester fee charged for MSc course in the year 2009? So MPhil 2008, MSc 2009. Okay. MPhil 2008. MPhil 2008 fee charged is this much. MSc 2009 fee charged is this one. So he is asking you for approximate percentage. MPhil 2008 is 12.7. MSc 2009 is 17.7 thousands anyway. Right here. Going ahead with. So here they are asking you for this 177. 17.7 means 17,700. 17,700. That is the fee charged for MSc in the year 2009. MPhil 2008 is 12,700. 12,700. So this 12,700, let me write it again. 12,700, the fee charged for MPhil in the year 2008 is approximately what percent of the fee charged for MSc in the year 2009 into 100. Now the question is, this is what percent of this? This is what percent of this? Right dear, please check. Please check. Look at the options that are available over there. So options are 67 to 84. In that range the options are there. We'll go ahead now. From here, from this one, how much I should remove to reach that one? I have to remove 5,000. I have to remove 5,000. I have to remove 5,000 means how much percent I can remove. So from that 100%, how much percent I can remove to reach there? So we know that 100% is 17,700. I have to remove how much? 5,000. I have to remove how much? 5,000. How much percent I can remove? Approximately you check. So 10% can I remove? 1770. Yes, I can. 20% it will be how much? I will be writing here just for your clarity. 10% that is 1770 we can definitely remove. 20% which is 3540 definitely we can remove. 30% will be 3 times of that. 3 times of that. That will give you how much? 5,310. 5,310 we cannot remove. Which means we can remove 20% but we cannot remove 30%. Whatever to be removed is how much, dear? 5,000. That is more nearer to 30%. Which means my answer will be I can remove 20% but I cannot remove 30%, means my answer will be lying between 80% and 70%. So my answer will be in the range of 70% to 80%. 70% to 80%. So whatever to be removed is more nearer to 30%, means it is more nearer to removing 30%, means my answer will be more nearer to 70%. Yes, whatever is the number that has to be removed is more nearer to 30%, my answer will be more nearer to 70% only. More nearer to 70% means between 70 and 80, more nearer to 70% means your answer has to be less than 75%. It should be less than 75% and more than 70%. More than 70, less than 75. There is only one option, that is option E. Hence your answer has to be what? Option E. We never go for exact calculation, we never go for cancellation as such. Keep this in mind. Okay dear, please make a note of it. Next, go to problem number 10, last problem in this set. What was the total semester fee charged for all the courses together in the year 2006? In the year 2006, what is the total semester fee charged for all the courses put together? All the courses put together. Okay, go to the year 2006. In the year 2006, what is the total fee charged? You have to take this horizontal total. This horizontal total. So what is that horizontal total is what you need to take into consideration. Now going ahead with, again if you observe, in every number decimal is there after one place. So remove decimal and add. Finally in the answer you are getting, put a decimal after one place. Chalo, going ahead with 145 plus 64. 145 plus 64 will give me 209. 209 plus 116 will give me 325. 325 plus 58 will give me 383. 383 plus 32. 383 plus 32 will give you how much? 415. 415, but put a decimal after one place. Hence it has to be what? 41.5. That is 41.5. The values are in thousands, we know, that is 41.5 thousands. Hence it has to be 41,500. It has to be 41,500. Hence your answer has to be what? Option B. Right? Please make a note of it and practice till here. In the next video, we will go ahead with the next set of problems. Thank you.